Shalom. Kahalayam La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles and to the elders of great millstone that rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This the brother Patop back again through the spirit with another lesson. And I just seen this article. It came out on December 16th, with 2 days, yesterday. I believe today is the 17th. So, this article came out yesterday. It says world leaders to adopt Australia's tyrannical digital ID system in wake of Bundy Beach attack. It says lawmakers in several Western countries are preparing to adopt Australia's draconian draconian digital ID system in the wake of the Bundy Beach terror attack this week. So, as a result of this action, the world is starting to push more legislation for more reasoning for digital ID systems. This here would be a good tactic known as problem reaction solution. Cause a problem. I forgot how the saying goes. Cause a problem, see the reaction, prepare the solution. That might not be how that quote goes or that saying goes, but you get the point of it. As a result of this attack, now they want to push more digital ID systems, and that's how they're going to bring this thing to pass, because they're going to cause a lot of chaos in order to bring order in the earth. They're going to cause chaos in order to bring order. Order ab chaos. That's their motto, order from chaos. So these type of situations, these type of things are going to happen so it can help further their plans. It says the lawmakers in several Western countries are preparing to adopt Australia's draconian digital ID systems in the wake of the Bundy Beach terror attack this week. The Australian model, which blocks children under 16 from joining social media platforms and forces all adults to submit ID to access websites, has quickly become a reference point for politicians abroad who describe it as a child safety measure, while others warn it could normalize digital ID tracking. So apparently, according to this article, Australia already has this thing in place. It says Infowars.com reports in the United States, Senator Katie Britt of Alabama said she hopes Australia taking this step leads the U.S. to actually doing something. Britt, a mother of two, is one of the sponsors of the bipartisan Kids of Social Media Act, which would prevent children under 13 from using social platforms. And it actually goes deeper than that. This might be just a ploy for Esau to get the law passed, or it's strictly for children, and then once he get it passed, he can edit it and change it. It says, let me look. So we already know where this is heading. This is the beginning of Esau gaining more control over the internet, gaining more control of your internet access, and just pushing towards his new system that he wants to bring. That draconian system. It's Book of Revelation, chapter 13. Spake as a dragon. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11, it says, "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." So this is referred to America, which America is nothing but the second leg of the Roman Empire. It's the same system, it's just renewed. So America is the new Rome. The same system that's in power today was in power around the time of the Romans, man. It's the same system, if you will. So the two horns is referring to the two-party system, which is the Democrats and the Republicans. It says, and he spake as a dragon because of what? Because of the draconian legislations, ultimately, that are going to pass. And this is an example of it, Verse 12, and he executed all the power of the first beast before him, because what was the first beast before him? Rome. Rome and the Roman Empire. And those that were allied with Rome, with those 10 regions. Or 10 different parts of the kingdom, if you will. It's the same system all over again, man. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, with whose deadly wound was healed, which is talking about the Roman Empire. Because there was a point in time when the Roman Empire fell. The Western Roman Empire fell, but the Eastern Roman Empire ruled for another 1,000 years, if you will, which was ruled by Israelites. And then once the Eastern Roman Empire fell, the Roman system started to come back into play through the Renaissance, which was a rebirth. And, it progressed to what we have today. And that's an example of what? That deadly wound being healed. Because, the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire fell. And then it was falling for a period of time. For 1,000 years, if you will. And after that time period was up, then the Edomites, so-called white people, started to come back into power, through the Renaissance. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth and the sight of man, which is that example of that is what? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when those nuclear bombs was dropped on Japan. America was the first nation that did that. And it was a next level type of deal that was done in the earth. A new era of war. America made that, was the country that dropped the first nuclear type bombs, man. That's what that scripture is talking about. Verse 14, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell upon the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Because what? This is America's nothing but the second version of the Roman Empire. The same people that was ruling when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, those same people are here today. They're ruling today, which are the Romans. The Romans were Edomites. History tells you that. If you look to certain sources, it tells you that the Romans were Edomites. Verse 15. So this is this digital ID system is nothing but the beginning of what Esau ultimately wants to bring, which is going to be the RFID microchip, which is we're going to get into, because that's exactly what you're seeing as brung. That's coming to the earth. Now, Rome did the same thing. Rome used to brand people, especially their prisoners. The Roman Empire, they did the same thing. But America's going to do it, but it's only going to be different. It's going to be done digitally. And as you can see, Esau has deceived the whole world. Verse 15, it says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the image of the beast is referring to the system, this ancient Roman system. It's not an actual image. It's just talking about this whole entire system that is being set up on the earth. You know, you have the same system that was set up in Rome, set up here in America. You know, Rome had a Senate. Let me type on ChatGPT. All right, there. It says, yes, this comparison is made often by historians, political thinkers, and even Roman writers themselves. While America is not Rome, there are clear structural and cultural similarities, especially when Rome was a republic transitioning towards empire. From republic to global power began as a republic with elected officials and checks on power, expanded through conquest and alliances, even a dominant superpower. America, founded as a republic with constitutional limits, expanded influence to wars, trade, and alliances. Let's see, military dominance overseas. Let's see. Bread and circuses, moral decline narratives, infrastructure at its peak. You see. Salakia. So these are a lot of the similarities between America and the Roman Empire, which I'm not going to read all of these. Just wanted to show you that, you know, you could just type this on, ChatGPT and find out the different similarities between the same similarities between America and Rome. Going back here, Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't want to follow after this system that Esau is setting up, you know, everything, all of it is a part of this system, MOTB, LGBT, and, you know, everything that this society pushes is basically the image of the beast, which all of it goes back to the Roman Empire. Verse 16, it says, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Because what? This is the RFID microchip, man. The NFC chip. The NFC chip. All right, I typed it on chat. Did Rome brand people? It says yes, Rome did brand people, but only certain groups. And it was a mark of ownership, punishment, or shame, not something done to be ordinary citizens. Now, it said it was a mark of ownership. Let's go to it. Because that's basically what the MOTB is. It's going to be a digital mark of ownership. The Greek word is charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. This is a scratch, itch, a stamp as a badge of servitude. It's something that is engraved into your flesh, something that goes into your body. It says a mark branded upon horses that lets you know it's something that goes on the flesh. I'm sorry. The word I'm thinking about is tricyte stigma. Hold on, wait. Oh, wrong verse. Wrong verse. Hold on. What the hell? Okay. Bear with me. Here it is. Tricyte stigma. You go to the word stigma. It says what?
Strong's G 4742. Stigma. Stigma.
It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the tokens of their gods. It says a mark insists or punch for recognition of ownership. Ownership. See? Yes, Rome did brand people, but only certain groups, and it was a mark of ownership, punishment, or shame, not something due to ordinary citizens. So ultimately, everybody going to have to receive that MOTB. It says enslaved people. Slaves were sometimes branded on the forehead, arm, or leg. Now, what do I want to put that MOTB? Revelation 13 and verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. I don't think that's by coincidence. Slaves were sometimes branded on their forehead, arm, or leg. Marks could indicate ownership, punishment, attempted escape, fugitives. Common marks include letters or symbols. Branding slaves reinforced the idea that they were property, not persons under Roman law. So you get the gist. They technically want to do the same thing, but it's going to be digitally. It's going to be a digital mark. You know, that's why they want everybody to have a digital ID, so you can be digitally identified. You can be connected to their system, so you can be tracked. See? Methods used. It says hot iron branding, common for slaves and criminals. Tattooing, stigma, using ink or cuts. Marks were meant to be permanent and visible. Social meaning. Branding in Rome was about control and hierarchy. Marked the body to show loss of freedom, served as a public warning, reinforced social order through shame. How would this system be done today? Now let's ask ChatGPT says how would this system be done today? It's a good question. If a Roman style branding system existed today, it would almost certainly not look like hot irons and letters on foreheads that would violate modern human rights laws. Instead, the function of branding, control, identification, exclusion, would be done through technological and bureaucratic substitutes. Think marking without fire. Digital branding, most likely modern equivalent. Databases and permanent records, criminal hit records, background checks, watch lists, social credit scores. Effect. Once entered, the mark follows you everywhere. Jobs, housing, travel, much like a Roman brand followed a slave or criminal. You aren't marked on your skin, but your data marks you. See? That's what they want to do. That's why they want everything to go digital. So they causing all of these T-tax so they can push these type of systems to gain more control over you. Facial recognition and biometrics, face scans, fingerprints, DNA databases, iris scans. Effect. You can be identified instantly without consent. Rome used visible marks. Modern systems use invisible identifiers. B. Legal status as a brand. Loss of rights. In Rome, branding meant loss of ownership, loss of legal protection. Today, this could look like felony disenfranchisement, probation, parole restrictions, immigration status limitations. A legal label replaces the iron mark. Prison, uniforms, and color coding. Jumpsuits by security level, wristbands, ID numbers. This is temporary branding, visible and symbolic, used inside control systems. Economic branding, credit or financial systems, low credit scores, banking restrictions, unbanked status. Employment blacklists, industry do not hire list, or see, social branding, viral videos, mugshots online, cancel culture dynamics. Rome relied on public visibility. Today, the internet never forgets. Physical branding. It says nothing about the MOTB, but you get the gist. MOTB is like a biometric system. Key insight: this is important. Rome marked bodies because it lacked advanced systems. Modern states mark people through systems instead. The result is similar: permanent identification, reduced freedom, social stratification. But today it's quiet, legal, invisible, scannable. Historical irony: Romans believed branding was necessary for order. Modern societies often claim neutrality and safety, but the outcomes, control, exclusion, hierarchy, can look very similar. Let's see. Compare this to Revelation's mark symbolism. Let's see. Yes. All right, let's take the Revelation mark comparison because it fits naturally with Rome and avoids conspiracy thinking. Hold on, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna scan through this because it might be trying to go against my point. I don't like that. You know how Esau systems try to debunk shit when it's actually factual. What first century citizens would have thought of. Nope. I really don't know what this shit is doing right now. I don't really understand its point. ChatGPT going off now. Yeah, it's going off. Yeah. Yeah, it's going all the way off. I'm not going to read none of this. In Daniel and Revelation, beasts are empires. Rome is the final beast. So the mark of the beast means... participation in an empire that demands loyalty in exchange for survival. That's true. Because that's exactly the system type of thing that we're heading for. You know, they want you to be loyal to the system. They wanted you to be loyal to America, loyal to America's values, loyal to the system that they want to set up, loyal to the government. And all those who oppose are going to be X'd out. Modern parallel with us. The danger today isn't a single object. It's when economic survival requires moral compromise. See? Economic survival requires moral compromise. That means they want you to give up your morals in order to survive in this society. If I'm understanding that right. Loyalty to systems replace consciousness. Oh, that's true. Because this MOTB system is, they want your loyalty to it. So you can put that chip, that C-hip inside of you. People are excluded by marks, not by marks, but by status. What? Social credit score. Rome used iron and fire. Modern system use law, data, and economics. Different tools, same questions. Who owns your allegiance? Final takeaway. The mark in Revelation is not about technology. Nobody said that. It's a warning about empires that control life by controlling access. See? Rome was the prototype. And America is what? The second America's like the more perfected technological version of what Rome was doing. You see? So we're living in a time where now they're going to cause this system to be made mandatory under the penalties of death. If you don't want to take the C-hip and get along with their society, you're going to be put to death. But the Bible tells us not to take the chip. You see? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, and the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for as the number of a man is number 666, because that's Esau's number 666. You know, the mark of Satan right there, man. So it's an actual device. The MOTB is an actual device that is going to go inside of your flesh, in your hand, or your forehead, or in your hand, and it will be made mandatory soon. All you got to do is do a little bit of research up on microchipping and how it is already going on in the world right now. But once it's made mandatory under the penalties of death, that is when we're going to get the hell up out of here, man. So this is going to be my weekly MOTB lesson. If you don't take nothing from this video, just know once they start microchipping people, don't take it. If they're mandatorying you to take a micro C-hip, don't take it, man. If you don't take nothing from this video, take this way. Do not take the RFID micro C-hip under zero circumstances. So even if you have to be put to death, trust in the Lord. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well.